This here is Boom Studios Go-Go Power Rangers comic issue number 15. The opening backstory for this issue is Trini, 3 years before arrival day. She's with a friend and she begins to run toward a lamp post. Something is catching up to her, and we see that it's an airplane she's trying to race. So this took place at one of the military bases that Trini's family lived at prior to arriving at Angel Grove. If Trini can outrun planes, then she's pretty fast. Definitely worthy of having the saber-toothed tiger powers. Back to the present on planet Breel. Trini and Jason jump off a ledge in the last issue in a bid to escape from the army. It was suggested they jumped into the sea, but here we see them directly below them on the underside of the ledge. The army assume the Rangers perished and head to the temple. Jason and Trini then follow them, and it's here their mind reading becomes problematic, such as finishing each other's sentences off or picking up random thoughts. And that's when Jason realizes that Trini loves him. Trini denies it's love, then tries to make it out as just a crush. She explains that she's lived on 8 military bases in 15 years, so when Trini stayed long enough to make friends, she'd have to leave again. So the idea of being with someone who's more than a friend is a bit much for her, and she suppresses those feelings as a result. At the command center, it's just Billy and Zach, and they're discussing Billy's car, which will become the Radbug. Billy is not keen on the outdated car, but Zach puts the idea into his head that he could use some of the technology from the command center to put into the car. And that's probably how the Radbug will come to be in this universe. Now we see Kimberly and Skull on their date, and it's clearly awkward between them, which makes this scene fun as Kimberly is thinking about Matt, whilst Skull struggles to think of anything sensible to say and blurts out that he likes the shape of Kimberly's head. Although Kimberly says thanks, she sort of finds it funny as she thinks that's the sort of thing that would come from a guy's head if his name's Skull. At the fair, Kimberly aces the football in the tire game and wins a prize. She knows exactly what she wants to do, as she's been on this sort of date with Matt before, and we get a reference to one of the early issues as she asks Skull if he's seen any corn dogs around, because last time she had one it made her sick. Back on planet Breel, Rita arrives at the black lock, which she unlocks with magic from her wand, as physically handling the lock will drive a person mad. Once inside the temple, Rita and Adriel's army are attacked by the guards that Rita created herself. Rita built the temple to fight everything and anything, including herself, so she can't just tell them to stand down. Back then, Rita must have thought whatever was in the temple was worth guarding, even with her life. On the moon, we see Goldar's room for the first time, which is basically used to store many sharp weapons. That was interesting to see. So Goldar has access to more weapons other than his sword. He just chooses the sword over everything else. Anyway, Babu asks Goldar when they last won a battle, which infuriates him, so he points the sword at Babu. Goldar gave a blood oath to serving Rita, so Babu tells him he gave one as well and paid the price. He tells Goldar that he once swore to serve a king, but when Rita arrived, he turned to madness. It's the story we've seen many issues ago when Babu turned the entire army to stone. Back then, we were led to believe that Babu messed up the potion, but here, it seems it was a deliberate act. He tells Goldar he will never sacrifice his life for another's stupidity, so Babu may not be as stupid as he looks. Goldar asks if Rita really was unfit, how would Babu remove her? He says the same way he dealt with his king, so he may be planning on turning Rita to stone. That will obviously fail, but it'd be interesting to see how Babu will go about it. Back on Kimberly and Skull's date, they're riding a Ferris wheel and Kimberly tells Skull that it's the best date she's been on. But she's probably just saying that as she said it several times already. Skull knows Kimberly is not over Matt and she tries to kiss Skull, but in an unexpected turn, Skull pushes Kimberly away, which surprises her. Skull says he's dreamt about this moment for a very long time, but he can't kiss her under these circumstances. He recognizes the look on Kimberly's face because his dad left his mum, and she had the same look as Kimberly's. She was beating herself up mentally. Kimberly wakes up and asks Skull to take her home. So it seems Kimberly may have come to her senses. It's nice seeing Skull act mature again, breaking away from his usual dumb persona. We return to Rita and she's just about finished off her own defences, just as Adriyel soldiers were diminished. Adriyel tells Rita that she's safeguarded the temple for years and ruled over the planet. But now she wants to fight a war with Rita because she feels her skills are wasted there. Suddenly, a voice tells her that Rita will only stab her in the back like she did him. After 10,000 years, Montar returns to attack Rita. It's revealed that Rita punished Montar for plotting to betray her, that his spirit was bound and forced to guard the temple for all eternity. Rita needs a moment to stop Montar, so Adriyel holds off Montar for a while. Rita reveals the Breel helmet in her hand and destroys it, exorcising Montar's spirit. I'm a bit confused here because Rita said it was a punishment to keep Montar's spirit there, but she apologises by saying, "I'm sorry I didn't release you from this prison earlier." So was she genuinely sorry, or did she just say that as she finished his spirit off, so there's no coming back? Returning to Jason and Trini, they've arrived outside the temple. As Jason tells Trini of his plan and to avoid dying, Trini asks why Jason thought of his dad when he said the word dying, and so she realises that Jason's dad is sick. He doesn't want to talk about it, but Trini holds his hand and gets Jason to open up to her. He wanted to tell people that his dad was sick, but didn't want to in case it made it real. So Jason was refusing to believe it this entire time. He admits he can handle the Power Rangers battles, but not this problem with his dad. And now in this time of need, Jason and Trini embrace for a kiss. This was hinted at from the early issues of Go-Go Power Rangers, so it's not completely unexpected. And the front cover for this issue was also a bit of a giveaway. It's a nice moment, and it's something some fans of the original TV show might appreciate, as there are fans out there who wanted Trini and Jason to get together. Back inside the temple, we find out what Rita's been hiding this entire time. She tells Adriyel why the weapon was hidden there, instead of simply using it herself. It's because she was afraid of the influence it might have over her if she tried to use it. People have been searching for the weapon, but for some unexplained reason, the planet provides a natural camouflage for the Dragon Power Coin. I knew it. I saw the dragon emblem in the previous issue, and this has confirmed it. A few questions now. Who's sitting in the chair? The skeleton is holding onto the dragon dagger, so was this the Green Ranger from before? It appears to be in shackles as well, so was the Ranger in prison here for some reason? Does this mean Tommy will soon be recruited by Rita? If so, does this mean Go-Go Power Rangers is coming to an end soon? Because obviously, once Tommy appears, becomes the Green Ranger, and is defeated by the Power Rangers, he joins the team, and then we're practically at the start of the main Power Rangers comic. For now, I can say this issue was quite enjoyable. We saw references to earlier issues, a Ranger couple getting together at last, and now the Dragon Power Coin has come into play. Kimberly and Skull state was both silly and fun, and serious, so we saw two sides to it. That was enjoyable, as it wasn't just about the comedy, we got to see more of Skull's character. There's a lot to look forward to now, but it might also be the beginning of the end for Go-Go Power Rangers.